Bawo with that is good, my people. Today, I'm going to be speaking on the evolution of Indonesian music from 1910 to 2025, my people. The video that I'm going to be speaking on today was prepared by Tan. It'll be the first link in the description, so make sure you show our person some love after this video. Drop him a like and a subscribe. I appreciate you, and let a person know that you came over here from the channel, right? But before we get into this video, do me a quick solid though, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. I appreciate you. Any question, let me know down in those comments below. Without further ado, let's get into it, my people. The evolution of Indonesian music from 1910 to 2025. Dollar. Interesting. So before 1910 to 1920, right? It sounded very like almost operatic in a way. You can kind of hear the shift in 1920, right? Listen. That sort of reminds me of traditional like Mexican music, if I'm being honest with you. And it's kind of interesting to hear that coming out of Indonesia, given the distance between like Mexico and Indonesia, right? They are very far apart, but I'm hearing similarities in the sound, which is again like very, very cool. Interesting. So we kind of went from like an American kind of pop sound for a little bit. Then we went into like what I would be considered sort of traditional music from this region, right? That I would hear before like an old school like kung fu movie, right? Wow, and it's all in a span of like 2 years. I like this one. Again, if you guys notice, right, it went from sort of American kind of sounding pop, right, to traditional, right? And I'm noticing it's going from like Western pop to traditional sounding music, then back to Western music. Like it's unique, and wow. Ooh. That sounds more like Bulgarian folklore. Wow. And again, like where Bulgaria is and where Indonesia is, different ends of the world, right? Sort of had like not quite Arabic scales, like very, very different sounding. I would say if I had to like say it was close to something, it would be more so like traditional like Hindi music, if I'm yeah, Hindi music, right? With the sort of notes sung in rapid succession. This is so cool, my people. This is so cool. I can hear elements of like different music from different parts of the world where I didn't, you wouldn't think that they would have have similarities, right? Because of, again, geography. But music has no borders, right? It's the bridge that connects us all. Music and food, I always say, can connect the whole entire world with each other, my people. again, now we're getting back to now yeah, we're getting back to hearing sort of like traditional like Mexican music. Um, what I don't man, this is interesting, man. This is interesting.
Jalan ang lagarimis.
Okay.
Seharilah hari tua.
That kind of sounds like tango, but the like instrumental wise, but the vocals don't sound like tango. Interesting, man.
Bengawan Solo, riwayatmu indah, semua nelayan punya gembira, tenaga berjaga, satu bersatu,
So that sounds like around the mountain here we come, or is the mountain where we go? Whatever. It sounds like that song. That American has that American kid song progression about it. But again, it's interesting to hear in like in succession, right? Where it started to where it's going, right? Because like it's ebbing and flowing in between different genres of music that I would not associate with Indonesia, right? And I'm very curious to understand like how did that come about? Was it due to like what was going on at the time? I think it's the best way to put it, right? For that music to sort of sound the way that it is, because like again, they are literally worlds apart, and it's mind-boggling, but it's also interesting at the same time. So the music is sound a little bit more sort of like patriotic, like nationalist music. And again, I'm wondering like what was going on at the time for that sound to develop, right? Was there some type of skirmish in the region, or something along those lines? Because like it's sort of reminding me of like old school like nationalist music, right? That was kind of jazzy. I like it.
sudah petang tapi pulang bukan saya turun dari belakang. Saya sudah tutup cinta
Mani, kita mani, yang kita mani, pandang tak jemu pandang.
Papaya, jeruk, jambu, rambutan, durian, dukung, dan lain-lainnya. Marilah.
Bro, I need to, you guys please let me know down in the comments below, because like I'm hearing so many different elements of like Hispanic music or like Latin music in these instrumentals, and like how they're singing, but again it's a different language, of course. And again, I need to know like what was going on, like how did this come to be, because like it's so like mind boggling, like, because like I just don't know how did the sound travel, because like they didn't have like internet back then, right? So like how did they get there? I need to know.
Ahai Nurlela sukanya berlagu mambo caca.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Hatinya takkan senang, duduknya tak tenang dengan
burung nuri terbang tinggi balik turun di atas dahan mari-mari.
Bro, How?
Lukisan mata suratan hatiku nan merindu. Rindu
Hanya semalam sebagai kenangan
Okay.
terakhir asmara.
Interesting. Bro, we went from, like Latin music to like American sort of like pop music, and we're ebbing and flowing in between different genres of music from other parts of the world, and my mind just can't wrap my head around like how is that possible, because like again at this time, my people, there was no internet, there was no Spotify, there was no YouTube. So like they would actually have to like use like records, like and like a record player, like and you put the record on the machine thingy, you put like the little pin thing. I don't know how a record player works, right? Way before my time. But I know that you from movies, you put the record on like a little spinning table, and it has like this little pin thing. You put that pin thing on, and it just plays music, right? So like, was music being shipped from other countries, and then they use that as inspiration, or was it just like some kind of like um you know uh inspirational like muse moment that just came out of nowhere? Like I have questions, and I need answers, my people. Like, let me know in the comments below, like how. This is like Beachy Boys or the Beach Boys. I could actually, know what? In this one right here, Liz Sorani, Ganger, 1965. I could actually hear Galdive in her voice, man. That one, interesting. This is that music, right? That swing music. So it's about like I would say like a span of like 30 years where it was just like pop music, right? Then it went back to traditional music in 1967. So I think that's quite interesting. All right, we got a so there's this band that I listen to from Thailand called Body Slam, and the lead singer, his name is Thun. I can sort of hear in the different countries. So I want to preface that Thailand and Indonesia, completely different countries. I know that, but like vocal wise, right, I can hear similarities between like Thun's voice and the lead singers of, I think, Coast Plus it was, if I'm remembering correctly. But again, that maybe it was like sort of mirroring. It definitely was mirroring like American sort of music at that time, for sure. But again, I just don't know like how. Interesting. They're in their rock era, man. So from 1970 to 1975, they were actually, yeah, 1975. They were for sure in the rock era, my people. And in 1974, they had like a sort of rock folk song, which I thought was pretty cool. First time hearing like a rock folk song from in this playlist. Wow.
Di hadapanku seorang ibu
Wow.
dengan wajah cantik berbulan madu dan ujung dunia.
That sort of sounds like Americana music. And that's the first time I've heard Americana in this playlist thus far. I still don't know how that's possible, given that, this is Indonesia. And again, before my people, I want to stress this. This is before the internet. So somebody was either buying records from other countries and distributing to the country, maybe, or I don't know, because like this part right here, so like messing with my mind here, because like to ship records at that time would be insanely expensive. The rolling. All right, my people, so I'm going to end the video here. This is just part one of the evolution of Indonesian music. This video currently is almost 20 minutes long, and I know people nowadays have very short attention spans, so I want to be mindful of that. And so I'm going to split up the video into two different parts. But yeah, my people, listen, please educate me down in the comments below for the songs we listened to thus far. How did this come to be? Like, why am I, how and why am I hearing music that I'm familiar with from my side of the world, man? Like, let me know down in the comments below. And part 2 will probably drop on the 31st or the 1st of April. So stay tuned for that. So make sure you hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on so you know or notified when I drop the video. But until then, my people, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.